Sharp Game here, coming at you from chooseyourrelationships.com. And today, I'm going to talk about some of the secrets of white women that I've learned over the past 20 years. And this doesn't really have to be about white women. It can be about white people, just across the board. Some of the things that they lack, especially when it comes to black males. And this stems to me being in the military. So I'm going back 20 years, all the way up to today. And I've worked a lot of jobs in a lot of different industries. And I've met thousands of people from everywhere, man. You name it. From Canada to the continent of Africa, Asia, Australia, to the islands, you name it, man. I've met people from everywhere. And I've actually traveled to a lot of different places. But, I've noticed that some things never change, regardless of where you go at. But I noticed that when it comes to white people, white women in particular, they tend to be very closed-minded people. They're not very open-minded at all. There's always exceptions to the rule, of course. But in the early stages of their lives, they tend to be very close-minded. Now, once they get older, mid-30s, or maybe after they had a divorce, or maybe things didn't go as planned, then they start to be open. But by that time, she's over the hill. So I think in most cases, most women, once they get over the hill, it doesn't really matter. They'll just do whatever's clever, whatever benefits them the most. In most cases, right? So I noticed that white women like certain types of black guys around. Or white people like certain types of black people around. And you know the type I'm talking about. If you're at your job, it's always the black male that's a little too giggly, a little laughing. He's laughing at things that's not even funny, or she's laughing at things that's not even funny. And most of the white people seem to like them. They speak highly of them. So whenever I walk into a work environment, and if that's the case, that's a red flag. To me, that's a red flag. Because if all the white people speak highly of you, if the majority of white people speak highly of a black person in a workspace, there's no telling what this black person have done to win them over. So they might be, kind of like the black person that entertains them. Maybe they're the token black person that entertains them, that goes above and beyond the call of duty to, I guess, in some way be accepted by them. But there's no there's no really method to the madness. They'll go above and beyond the call of duty, right? But if I'm coming into the workspace and I'm brand new, I'm kind of being overlooked. I'm kind of invisible. And this is what I've experienced over the past 20 years. It's like I'm the new kid on the block, and I'm kind of being neglected in the workspace. So, and this is pretty much happened. This happened to me more times than I can count. Where it's like if I'm the new person starting a job, and if white people are speaking highly of this black person in the workspace, more than likely the black person doing something to win them over. They're going out of their way. But most white people would never go out of their way to please a black person. You see what I'm saying? So these are the types. This is a type of, just one type of black person that white people like. And then you have the other black person, black male, to be specific. You know, white women kind of like the big buff guy with a bald head. You know, this is like the perfect prototype for her to sleep with. She don't necessarily have to be in a relationship with the guy, but he's a perfect prototype, typical common guy, big buff guy, muscle bound dude with a bald head. She's turned on because he's masculine and everything. And this goes back to, hundreds of years, but it's still alive and well today. But the thing is, you don't see these guys on television. You don't see, most guys on television are beta males when it comes, they're beta males across the board, but beta males when it comes to black males. So white women, if they do date a black male, it's going to be somebody that she sees on television or somebody that she works with. You see what I'm saying? Because, and I think this goes across the board too, not just white women, but it's the reason why I'm talking about this is because what people see on television, the images people see on television, that's what they tend to want. That's what because they think that's the norm. That's normal, right? So anything outside of that, that's uncomfortable. Now, of course, there's always an exception to the rule, but on average, most women, what they see on television, that's what they want, because in their eyes, that's a sign or image of success. So they want a black male like that. I want a man like that. I want a man that's in corporate. I want a man that's affiliated with the NFL. I want a man that's affiliated with the NBA. I want a man that's an entertainer. Because if he's on television or if he's in the mainstream media, he has to be successful. So they want that guy. Or sometimes they want that girl. So this is something that I've observed over the past 20 years. It's like white women they just don't hang around, well, just white people in general. They don't hang around black people just because they like them, or just because you're cool, or or something like that. No. They hang around whenever a white woman's around you, or whenever she's interested in you. If you're a black male, it's always some type of hidden agenda. She's around you because, yeah, you might be nice looking, yeah, you might be on top of your game, but it's not just because of that. Not just because she likes you. It's always something. She's always planning ahead. But here's the deal. She doesn't do that with the average white guy. Average white guy can come in there and do what they want, do the same thing you did, much quicker and faster. As a matter of fact, when you meet average white woman, you talk to her, y'all might go on a couple dates or whatnot, and she doesn't give you the benefit of the doubt. She's on the internet looking up stuff, Googling your name. She might even do a background check if she can, right? But she's not gonna do that to a white guy. And then on top of that, she'll give up the sex quick to the white guy. But you gotta wait a couple more days, maybe even weeks. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. You might be an outstanding guy. But if you're average guy now. But if you're like an entertainer or a celebrity, something like that, oh, you get it the first night. First couple of hours. If you want. But a white guy doesn't have to come through the door like that. The average white guy can smash, no problem. But you gotta have all the accolades and all the star factor, and you got to come through the door with all kinds of shit. And that's the society that we live in. It's that double standard bullshit that I don't like. But I don't worry about it. I just take it for what it is, and I move on. But, however, some things I'm not going to tolerate. And this is one area where that double standard bullshit, as soon as I spot it, I shut it down. I move on. I'm gone. And a lot of women that come over here from other countries, they jump on the bandwagon, and because they pick it up through osmosis, and they start working their jobs, and people whisper in their ears, and then they look at the television, so they start putting things together, and they say, "Oh, this is how you move. This is how you move and shake in America." So they look at the white women, because a lot of women that come over here from other countries, they kind of look up to white women. They want to do what they do, but better. But a lot of them can't do it. They can't do it. They don't really have a lot of success. The ones that do try usually falls apart. They usually end up destroying everything they touch, really. So if a lot of them will come over here and get married. Even the ones that come over here and get married, once they start hanging around the white women or the white people, and they start picking up these little habits, bad habits that's not in their best interest, they usually destroy everything, including themselves sometimes. So these are just some inside secrets that I picked up over the years from white women or white people in general that I think you should be aware of, especially if you're a non-white male. So if you like what you heard, subscribe to my channel, check out my blog, chooseyourrelationships.com, become a patron. The link is going to be below this video. Join the movement. So until next time, Sharp Game is out.